Today we're going to be tearing down a Kawasaki KZ400. First thing we're going to do is pull the chain, countershaft sprocket, the flywheel, and the stator off. Then we're going to pull the head and the cylinder. So you're going to need a Phillips screwdriver, and I use an impact driver to loosen these up all the way around here to take the flywheel cover off. Take the chain cover, same thing, Phillips screwdriver all the way around there. Once you get them loosened, you can use an impact driver like this to loosen these up. Then once you get them loosened, you can use an impact. You've got your gear shifter here that'll have to be removed. And that's a 10mm on top here, a bolt that runs all the way through there. You'll have to actually take that bolt out. You can't just loosen it up. And it's spline, so if you're wanting to put it right back in the same spot that you removed it from, maybe make a line. Some models come with a dot that you line up with the clamp part of it. This one does not. Or you can adjust those to fit your foot a little bit better. So pull the shift lever off there. Make sure the splines are good in there. We're going to put that bolt back in there. And this cover is going to come off. This is where your clutch cable goes down into as well. So to remove your clutch cable, you're going to have to pull this cover also. And your clutch cable goes back here to your adjustment here. And to adjust your clutch, as far as when it releases, when it separates, you pull the two Phillips screws here, and there's a lock nut with a flat head screw inside this cover here. And what we do to adjust these is just go to the point where there's contact and then back it off slightly, and that's about where you want to be. I'll pull this cover here so you can see that underneath there. You don't have to pull this little two screw cover here to pull this actual countershaft sprocket cover, but that's what it looks like on the inside. Got a 12mm nut here and a flat screwdriver here, and then that pushes on your clutch. This goes all the way to your clutch basket on the other side, and that what that does is pushes on there, releases that clutch, so you're not continuing to move once you pull in that clutch lever. So if you are continuing to move, adjust this screw right here. So this goes all the way through there, like I said, pushes on that clutch basket. So there's your countershaft sprocket here. You can pull the chain if you're just removing the chain, just pull it off. Otherwise, you've got a clip right here you can undo, just unroll that chain. So then to remove this countershaft sprocket, if it's grooved at all or cupped, you want to remove that. You take a flat screwdriver, flatten the keeper on it. And you don't want to remove this nut without flattening that keeper, or you'll just ruin the nut or possibly the threads there. So you've got an 1 1/8" socket here to pull this off. When you take this off, try to hold it here the best that you can. Don't let it spin. Pull the washer off, and your countershaft sprocket will come off. Just splines there to hold it on. So if it's cupped at all, like I said, you want to replace that. You don't want that breaking. A lot of times that chain breaks, that countershaft sprocket's worn too much, it'll come in here and break these engine cases. Not something you want to happen. So we'll go ahead and to remove this clutch cable here, you can just move it enough to push it back to that, or you can remove that pin right there. That pin will make it a little bit easier to remove, but you don't have to do it if you can push past it. That would be how you remove that clutch cable. If you do remove this pin, just make sure and put it back in there. That kind of holds that cable from coming unhooked. Next we'll remove the flywheel here and the stator. Phillips screws around the outside. You don't have to remove the 3 Allen bolts here. And this is going to be magnetic, so a little bit of pressure holding this on. And then there's also a gasket seal in it. So when there's a gasket, I like to pull on it a little bit. That just kind of breaks it free. Looks like one more bolt here. That'll remove it. So this gasket seals everything up here. Here's the stator assembly here. Here's your starter chain. That starter chain will wrap around the starter, or the sprocket here that's on the actual starter. Go around. This is your idler gear on the back side behind your flywheel. And this is your stator here with all the coils. That's what creates a spark on the motorcycle. Go ahead and set that aside. We'll remove this. Looks to be a 14. These have got quite a bit of those are reverse threads, so you spin it clockwise to remove it. And then to find the right puller here.